Stop accepting crumbs. Because the meal has been available this entire time. You just kept settling for less. You're the one who always makes it work. You excuse the inconsistency. You justify the effort you're putting in alone. You tell yourself this is just how it is. But it's not how it is. It's how you've been trained to accept. I'm going to break down exactly what crumbs look like, why you keep accepting them, and the exact shift that makes you stop. There are 6 points. By the end of this, you won't be able to unsee it. Point 1. Crumbs feel like enough because you're starving. When you've been emotionally underfed for long enough, the smallest gesture feels like a feast. A single text after days of silence. One good night after weeks of confusion. One moment of warmth buried in a pattern of cold. Here's the decode. You're not grateful, you're conditioned. Your nervous system has learned to celebrate scraps because that's all it's been given. The power reframe. That relief you feel when they finally show up, that's not love. That's relief that the drought ended. High-value women don't celebrate someone for doing the bare minimum. You don't convince, you move. Point 2. You're not in a relationship, you're in a negotiation. Every time you lower your standard to keep someone around, you're not being flexible. You're bidding against yourself. You're saying, I will accept less if it means you stay. Here's the truth. Someone who makes you negotiate for basic respect was never offering it in the first place. The decode. A negotiation implies both sides are trying to reach a fair deal. But if you're the only one adjusting, you're not negotiating, you're shrinking. The power move. Stop moving your standard to meet their effort. Let the gap between what you need and what they offer speak for itself. Aura is felt, not announced. Point 3. Crumbs come with excuses, not action. I've been busy. That's just how I am. I show love differently. Give me time. Every single one of these is a reason you stayed. None of them are a reason they changed. Here's the psychology. Excuses are designed to keep you in place. They give you just enough explanation to feel understood without ever requiring change. They're not explanations. They're traps dressed as communication. The power reframe. Someone who consistently excuses their behavior is not growing. They're managing you. High aura women don't accept the explanation. They accept the evidence. And the evidence is the pattern. Point 4. You think demanding more makes you difficult. This is the biggest crumb trap. You've been taught that wanting more is needy, that asking clearly is aggressive, that standards are toxic. But here's the reality. Wanting to be chosen, consistently, without confusion, is not being difficult. It's being a human being with basic self-respect. The decode. The people who call your standards too much are the people who can't meet them. Their discomfort with your expectations is not your problem to solve. The power move. Stop apologizing for wanting the meal. Someone who makes you feel guilty for having an appetite was never planning to feed you. You don't convince, you move. Point 5. Crumbs keep you too busy to notice the meal. When you're constantly analyzing, waiting, hoping, and adjusting, you never have the bandwidth to see what's actually available. Here's the truth. The meal is not some mythical future version of this person. The meal is someone who shows up consistently, without you having to ask, without you having to decode silence, without you having to earn basic attention. The decode. You're not unlucky, you're occupied. You filled every available space with someone who only offers fragments, and there is no room left for someone who offers everything. The power reframe. Releasing crumbs is not giving up. It's making space. High-value women don't hold on to what barely feeds them. They clear the table. Point 6. The moment you stop accepting crumbs, everything shifts. Not because someone new magically appears, but because your standards become your filter. The people who were never going to show up fully, they disappear on their own. And the ones who can actually meet you where you are, they become visible. Here's the psychology. When you stop rewarding inconsistency, you stop attracting it. Your tolerance is not patience, it's a signal. And you've been broadcasting, this is the minimum I'll accept. The power move. Change the broadcast. Raise the standard. Not loudly, Not dramatically, just quietly, internally. Stop making room for less. Aura is felt, not announced. Crumbs will always be available. They're easy, they're familiar. They don't ask anything of you except your patience. But the meal? The meal requires you to believe you deserve it first. That's the only shift that matters. Stop accepting crumbs. The meal was never the problem. You were just too full of scraps to see it.